Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss the just released second official poster for Scream 6 that they dropped to the public for Christmas. And man, oh man, there are several things to unpack on this poster. Now we get several Easter eggs that appear to be pointing us to even more possible plot or subplots to the story in the movie. Plus, I will also share how a previously released image has much more clarity now, looking back on it, that this poster has been revealed. So, it is time to break out the magnifying glass and your favorite sleuth's hat, because the clues are piling up for Scream 6. Let's go! So here is the new second official poster released for Scream 6 in time for Christmas. And we see at the top, it's Scream time in the city. And looking at this poster, guys, this is no normal poster. It is full of plot clues and storyline teases. And I've narrowed it down to essentially 3 clues that I want us to focus on for this video. So let's go ahead and dive in now. Now, the first clue I want to point out is in this kind of Times Square type of a look they've done here, recreation, which I think looks really cool. The first one is Stab is not going anywhere. So as much as I was really hoping personally to move away from the Stab franchise in Scream 6, it looks like it's not going anywhere. So we see in the center portion here of the poster at the very top, we've got Stab with a knife in hand and blood on top of the knife. So right away, right in the center at the very top of this poster, they're going to hit us with Stab. So clearly Stab is alive and well in Scream 6. Absolutely the point that they're putting at the top. But if we move towards the bottom center of the poster, we actually see the biggest Stab reference of all, because it's very specific. Here we see Stab 9 in Roman numerals. Now, of course, remember the big kind of meta joke gag running in 5 was that Stab 8 was just Stab, directed by Rian Johnson, and no one liked it, right? Except for Liv. Liv McKenzie said she actually liked that one, as she said, but everyone else couldn't stand it. So here we see Stab 9. So there we go. It is a sequel, has been made, or at least it's in production. We don't know for sure within the Scream universe in this movie where exactly the timeline is, but definitely Stab 9 is out there. It looks to be out there at this point. So, you know, again, I said it earlier, I was hoping that we would begin to move away from Stab a little bit after it was such a central part of 5 and the big key motive and everything. But it looks like that's not going to be the case for 6. So to what degree will Stab be involved? Hey, we don't know. It could just be simply a reference. But one thing they're letting us know from this poster, at the very minimum, it absolutely still is a thing, and it's not slowing down. We have the sequel to the last Stab film from 5. So we'll have to wait and see what they do with it, how much that's a central part of the story. Don't know yet. We'll see. Now, the second clue I want to focus on is located on the right side of the poster. And we see a sign that says, Wrongly Accused the Musical. Now, if you guys remember, Wrongly Accused is the name of Gail's first book that she wrote about Cotton Weary being wrongly accused for Maureen Prescott's murder. That was the first book. The Woodsboro Murders was the second book that she wrote when Scream 2 has playing in the theater. But before that, it was Wrongly Accused. Now, since hearing that Scream 6 it was going to be set in New York, I've theorized that we will probably be getting some kind of a play or musical in the movie, because it just makes sense with New York being such of the central hub of theater, live action theater, acting, plays, Broadway, all those things. It always felt like if you're going to do New York, you're at least going to need to have some type of a stage production included in the movie to give it that real authentic New York feel. Well, again, that could have been through a play or through a musical, any of those number of things, but I felt like it had to be something. Well, my suspicions up to this point and predictions, have been that it would be a Stab play or a musical version of Stab on Broadway. That's what I've been thinking. But this poster reveals that it will not be Stab, but rather it's going to be Gail's first book, Wrongly Accused. That will be a stage production theater musical. Now, I could see this being like an event we see going on during the movie, like a one-time event where everyone's going to see the play, or what have you, the musical. Or I could see it something like where there maybe are characters that are actors in this play that are new supporting characters in the movie, and we see them throughout the film. So you may see them at the theater one time rehearsing or being backstage. I can see that recurring theme of the theater being the case for this if they wanted to go that route. Or it could be super, like I say, super simple. There's a sign, they were buy tickets, they go in and see it, then it's over. But this, being that it's so specific to this time and movie, I just seem to think that it's probably going to be more than that. But again, there's no guarantee, right? There's no guarantee if it's going to be prevalent or if it's going to be just in the background. But I think that the fact that we have an older image, and I'm about to show that to you guys now, because there's an older image, a picture that came out a few months ago that has always kept me guessing on exactly what it could mean. Well, here is a picture of Tony Rivoli, Samara Weaving, and Jasmine Savoy Brown. And from the moment I saw this image a few months back, you probably recognize this. It was the outfit worn by Samara Weaving that leaped out to me above everything else. And it is the same shade of green that we saw worn by Gale Weathers in Scream 1. So I have speculated that it could be a stage production of Stab, or perhaps Samara's character is a rival reporter in New York. However, now thanks to this poster, I really believe Samara Weaving is playing Gale Weathers in the stage play Wrongly Accused, based on her first book. It just makes sense. It's the same exact color. Now, it's a different kind of dress, obviously, but it's the same color. And I'm like, why would you be wearing Gale Weathers colors if there wasn't something to that? And I think this fills in the blank for me. So now, again, there's no guarantee of this. This could change as far as, my prediction. But right now, just adding 1 + 1, connecting the dots, it does really look like we may have Samara Weaving, her character, being a Gale Weathers character in the play or the production, and therefore maybe be spending time with Gale as well to get to know her, to kind of shadow her, mirror her, those kind of things. That could be happening as she works on her role to get her part right as well. So that's just something I think is definitely worth looking at again and considering now that we know that there is indeed going to be this musical that's going on. All right, now the third clue that I want to focus on from this poster is all of the Ghostface killers that are here. They're everywhere on this poster. I counted a total of 19 Ghostface images for sure, and there may be more that I missed hidden really small. but there are at least 19 Ghostface images on this poster. Now, while I do not believe there'll be 19 killers in Scream 6, let's get that out right. I do not believe that will be the case. But could this possibly be a clue that we're going to finally see a cult of Ghostface killers? I mean, we already know there's an older age mask being used and the current clean white mask as well. And the current rumor is that all of the previous killers' masks are in play. So that could easily be 9 or 10 killers. You know, if it's not one person who's changing masks and rotating them, you know, in the movie, which is possible. So it may not be. And personally, I don't think it would be that many anyway. Even if it was the cult idea, I think it'd be a very small, 5 or 6 people. Something along those lines. But anyway, so while this is not, of course, concrete proof that we have a cult of Ghostface killers, this is at least possibly giving us a clue that the cult idea that's been floating around since Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson intended it to be the plot of Scream 3 possibly is finally going to happen. And it would be awesome to see several Ghostface killers in one film. I know I'm a big fan of the cult idea of having multiple 5 or 6 killers. And I think a lot of you are as well from our discussions on live streams and videos. It's something I think would be great to see. And this certainly could be a clue to let us know to keep our eyes out, because there's a lot of people that are involved, which I am all down for that 100%. So guys, these are the 3 clues from the new poster that I think we need to pay attention to. And I also have one other observation from this poster that I wanted to give a quick honorable mention to. There is this sign here on the left of the poster, and it says Blackmore University enrollment now open. And this, again, is not really a clue because we've known about them going to Blackmore University for quite a while now, but it felt like it was still worth pointing out that that's on the official poster as well. All right, guys, listen, I want to know what you think about the new Scream 6 poster that came out for Christmas and these 3 clues I identified, and what, based on what they've chosen to reveal, what do you think about all this? I want to know your thoughts, ideas, and any theories you may have. So start leaving your comments below right now in the comments section so we can discuss it together. Well, that's going to be all for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream 6 and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time.